Ooh, be careful, boy. Always doing some crazy job. Ooh, look, and it's 555. Let's look at this. Hey y'all, hey, about to get into a live reading for next week ahead. Next week ahead. So give me 1 second, y'all. Cairo, no, you always do this. Stop doing that. That's not a good trait to have. I'm just going to tag my new reading page. If it allows me to pin the comment. Bam, there we go. Okay. Posting that page there because starting in March is what I'm really feeling. March. All of the readings will be done there. So I can have my page back to talk about what I want to talk about. So y'all can stop telling me that I'm not, you know. My bad. My phone vibrated. Like, y'all ain't coming to my page for that. I'm tired of him. I have an OnlyFans page. I have my personal page. I have my business page. I have a spirit page. I got all these pages for y'all to go follow what y'all want to follow. This is for me. So off we have King of Cups in reverse. So a lot of us may be not paying attention to those intuitive messages. We also have the Three of Cups. These messages may be coming from friends, close loved ones, and family. Not paying attention to the emotional aspect either. I get a lot of pay attention to how people are making you feel next week. And then we have Knight of Wands here. So yeah, pay attention to how people are making you feel. I'm really feeling this being for Mercury retrograde because we're getting into that kind of like the final week there. Like, well, because what's next week? Start with the 8th. So we're having like what, the 8th through, let me pull up this calendar. Yeah, we're getting into the 13th. So we're in the second to last week of the retrograde. So you may be hearing a lot or having a lot of, like, I don't want to say miscommunication with people, but a lot of labored communication. We have Three of Wands and the High Priestess here. High Priestess also with that moon. So next week we do have that new moon in Aquarius. So, okay. Heavy on the heart chakra too. So a lot of labored conversations that you're having to have. A lot of conversations that have been needed to been had, or, you know, my English gets terrible when I start doing readings because it's not me talking. So even within that labored conversation, it's giving you time to really figure out like what it is that you're wanting. You know, we have Wise One, grow within your current situation. So don't be quick to shy away from what you're being taught here during this retrograde and even next week. So you guys may be facing a lot of obstacles. You know, Mercury retrograde is being known for that. But with us being in Aquarius as we're getting into this retrograde ending period, and it's Aquarius being an air sign, know that things are going to be swiftly wrapping up for you, because this last week within retrograde is really supposed to be a reflectory period. We got Oracle, wait for important information. So I don't know if you guys have been really feeling like the past 2 weeks, like if anything that could go wrong has been going wrong, and then stuff that should not be fucking up has been fucking up. You know, it comes from really clearing all of this like old dead energy that you should have been gotten away rid of and should have been gone away. Also, standing your ground for what you believe in. even though you're facing obstacles, like I said, a lot of people have been wanting to give up. Don't necessarily give up, but refocus. Like, get that King of Cups back into the upright position. Like, pay attention into your intuition. Also, because it's King of Cups, it's going into the male water signs. So Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. I believe I'm naming those correctly. Heavy on the, yeah, just heavy on the water energy, because now I'm picking up on it's like Scorpio and Pisces. A little bit of Cancer, but mostly Scorpio and Pisces that's going through this during the seasons right now. Choo, choo, choo. Yeah, just don't be quick to give up. And then I'm also hearing don't be quick to give up on people. Specifically friends. You may be going through like a hard time with your friends, or you and your friends may not be seeing eye to eye, or you may have even had a friend do some questionable things for you or to you. Just take that time as a reflective period and understand, okay, was this on purpose that these people are trying to hurt me? Is this really what this I'm feeling for this season is was it intentional, or was this a learning moment? You know, a lot of the times we take things to heart when really it's a time for us to grow within ourselves. Like we pulled that wise one again. It says grow within, and it came out again, grow within your current situation. So even using this time period to actually grow as a person, not viewing everything as really like an L as in you lost, but view it as like a lesson. Like, what am I supposed to learn within this moment so that I can progress and become the person that I'm trying to be and be the best version of myself. We have Angel Guard. I'm sorry, what does it say? Animal Guardian. Trust your instincts. Trust that you know what you're talking about. You know who you are, and then trust what Spirit is telling you. Like, even if you're like going back to this friend, if you're I'm just feeling heavy on the throat chakra. Like, y'all have been arguing, or y'all haven't been seeing eye to eye for a minute, or y'all have been at odds for a while. And it's like it's becoming tiring for you. Like you're sick and tired of having to be the one to communicate and doing all of the communication. Take note of intuitive messages, going back to trust your instincts. So like intuitive messages are also known as red flags. I don't know who needed to hear that, but like, yeah, like red flags are also intuitive messages. Like when something just sticks out to you, you're just like, mm-mm. Like you literally like hear, like I hear a siren going off, like just like you hear that going on in your head, or you just like red flag. That's like, sit back, take note, and be like, okay, this is a red flag to me. Why? Okay, it reminded me of this situation. What happened within it? Like, you know, I'm hearing a lot of reflect, because that's what Mercury retrograde is for anyway. I feel like Spirit is saying we wasted the first 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks make it count. So next week. For me, my weeks start on Sunday. Personally, like in my brain, they start on Sunday. That's why we're doing our week ahead readings on a Saturday. But you may be like, you haven't been like really reflecting on what's been happening. You've been more so like reactive to all of the miscommunications versus like, okay, taking them in, reflecting upon them, and then releasing all the bullshit. You feel me? So Spirit is saying do not waste these next couple weeks doing what you've been doing. Try to adapt processes. Yeah, hearing that as well with this moon. Take note of intuitive messages. Like if at some point you're like, okay, I think I want to switch this part of my routine, I don't know why, I just want to switch it up, take note of that. Even if you want to look at the time when you're having a thought, you'll notice you'll start catching more angel numbers and syncs. And then trusting your instincts along with that. So let's say, because I've been having this number pop up in a lot of my readings for today. If you've seen 555, that's for change. So and that's why I call it Spirit Plug 555. Spirit Plug to help change your lives, you guys. But you've been seeing 555, that means to change. So take note of what you thought about when you seen 555. Like, you may have been having a pessimistic thought. That spirit saying, hey, change your mindset, because you know whatever you think manifests. It manifests slower when you think it than versus when you say it, but it still manifests. So be sure that you continue to, like, you know, keep your mind positive, and then keep yourself focused and really pay attention to your surroundings. I hope so. Either way. Wow. Okay. So yeah, that's like heavy on the energy us picking up. Just like y'all been at odds for so long. It's kind of just like, and what's crazy is I thought I was being a hard ass sometimes with people, when I would be like, yeah, I just feel like it's, sorry, I had to respond to a message, but I'm like, okay, yeah, it's dead now, because it's like the conversations that we've been having, it's like it's been ruined, you know. And sometimes relationships go through things that make them ruined, or make it hard for you to ever be turned back to where you were. Because if you noticed, when you like, we've all been in situations where we kept taking exes back, you know. So think back to that feeling of when, like, they crossed you, and then you were like, okay, I'm gonna take them back, and then things went completely back to normal, like really back to normal per se. Like, you still cared for them the same, you still love them the same, but then once you kept taking too many blows to the heart, it was just like, okay, yeah, it's ruined now. I can't do this. Like, I can't relate. And it's the thing is, like, it's not that I can't love you anymore, I can't relationship with you anymore. Like, I can't be in relationship with you. We can't do this anymore, you know. And that, it gets like that for friendships too. My nose is itching, like, I know, like, when my nose starts itching, that's like, you got it, you know. And it's a personal message that they're sending as well. But it gets like that, to where, like, relationships become entirely too strained that you just can't no more. Like, I can't do anymore, y'all. I can't do. So yeah, that's the week ahead reading. I'm gonna just do a couple more pulls just to see if we have any specific messages that need to be sent to, you know, those actually watching. I love this girl so much. I'm a few years older, even considered her as my friend. Oh man. And that's always the worst. And it's like the people who are like family. Like, it's, I don't care what nobody say. Like, they be like, you know what, I don't care if you my blood, I don't cut anybody off. It don't even gotta be about blood. When you family, having to cut family off hurt like it's like they die. And I hate to make it sound so like more, but it's like they're gone, because you're like, you like, I literally can't do, like, that's different. If you like, yeah, I can't do this anymore, I can't relationship with you, and that's different. When you like, I can't life with you anymore, that junk hurts. Listen, I've experienced that pain last year. So if you need somebody to talk to about it, my line is open. You got my number, you know how to reach me. I went through that last year. So now we have 510, which is, yeah, somebody jump out. So we have 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and 2 of Wands. So a lot of us may be facing a lot of confusion on what should we do next, what's our next move, where do I go from here. And really with this 2 of Wands, it's like you pick where you want to go. Going back to that intuition card that we put, like, trust your instincts. Like, you know where you want to go, you know where you want to be. The thing is, don't let, because with this 2 of Wands we have the world in the middle, don't let the world over here influence what you want to do. A lot of what 2020 was and what 2021 is people finding out their real power, their real magic, knowing, okay, and I get that from this rainbow here, within our 10 of Cups. knowing that, you know, it gave you the time to, you can create what you want to do. You know, now is such a time when like the unemployment rate was high, so like it ain't nothing if you say you unemployed. Well, yeah, everybody feel on hard times, so you don't have that pressure anymore, in terms of society, societal pressures of jobs. And then, you know, more people are starting jobs within their passions and what they care about. I feel that heavy in the solar plexus. So somebody has really like been considering just taking a leap of faith and just doing what they like want to do within work, within life, really. Because with this Ten of Cups, what was crazy to me is, okay, you have the Ten of Cups or Ten of Pentacles. When I read, Ten of Cups is, you know, we see joyful rainbow, but we have family here. So it's leading to all around life. Everybody's happy. Everything is joined together. You know, rainbows. You know, there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So that, and in my deck, the Ten of Pentacles is shown by like a treasure chest full of gold. Ten of Pentacles mostly leads to like monetary wealth and abundance for my deck. And how I read, Ten of Cups coming through as life coming together. And again, going back to that World card, like everything within your life, within your world is going to come together if you just stop being so indecisive and confused and really so hard-headed. I get that as well, because here it's like dude losing all of this fruit and shit from his cart, right? And he's just like, oh my gosh, how did this happen? When really it's like, okay, we feel like you could have looked at this a little bit deeper and known how X, Y, and Z was going to happen. Going back to take note of intuitive messages. Stop being so caught up in the world that you miss what's supposed to be happening in your life. You know, I feel like a lot of the time people get so caught up in the worldly aspects that we really sit here and we forget what we're really supposed to do. And you know, when you forget and you lose sight of who you are, you know, going back to him like, oh my gosh, I lost all this, how did I lose it? Well, you lost it because you relinquished it. You know, you're not paying attention to what you're supposed to. You lose this key steps, you lose the blueprint. Doggy, it's gonna play, okay? That boy love watching Dougie. So for our ancestor, okay, flipped out real quick. So for our ancestor message, we have Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. Shalom, Shaolin. I don't know why I always say Shalom. Shaolin Master, be graceful in movement and action, and then Druid, hold the space. So like I was telling you guys, just being secure within yourself and not letting anybody have you relinquish what you've already done. And then once you decide, you know, where you want to be, who you want to be, and how you want to progress, just make sure that you make the plan and really focus on it. Stay with it to make make sure you have a plan, okay? Because a failure to plan is a plan to fail, okay? And I'm feeling a lot of people have not used this time. Or Cairo, come here. Stop. 1 second. Come here. Get over here. Because I know you heard your grandma. Stop being like that. Stop. All you had to do was listen. Now you gotta sit on the couch. But yeah, making sure that you give yourself the blueprint for success, because like previous cards pulled, when you take note of those intuitive messages, the universe is telling you how to move. The universe is telling you exactly what to do. Are you listening? You know, all the time when I know with me, I hate reading off of a computer. So whenever I have to fill out applications or I have to fill out go play. It's Dougie, look. Okay, come on. Child, stop being like that. We're gonna have a conversation about this in a minute, okay? So, yeah, so I'll be filling it out and I'll just be like, I'm not, and I'll just like quickly read over it and then I'll try to press submit and be like red at the top. You have to do da 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 da. And it's like, okay, if I would have just took the time to read it, I would have filled this out correctly instead of getting mad that I'm like, I did do that. This is right. Why won't you submit? Why won't you submit? Oh my, like making yourself mad. And it's like, I saw 2021 on our timer, which is hilarious. So I feel like this is a message for the year, not just for next week. But like really just taking your time and make sure that you're getting all of the details, all of the steps, all of the information that you need to execute your plan right the first time. An affirmation that I started to take on was, I learned from my mistakes the first time. I learned from my mistake the first time. I learned from my mistake the first time. So that I don't keep repeating the same mistake, because, it's an affirmation. So once you keep saying, okay, I learned from my mistake the first time, I do something and I fuck up with it. I'm like, I learned from my mistake the first time. Okay, how did I fuck up with this? It's because I didn't do X, Y, Z. Okay, next time, make sure you go do. Like, I live by example, and I'm realizing a lot of the stuff I go through in life is to like let y'all know, because my life is somehow become an example. But like, okay, I walked outside, I left my keys in the house and I almost left without my keys. And I was like, I learned from my mistakes the first time. So now my keys are attached to my keychain so that I don't lose my keys. And now it's consciously been programmed in our brain. And that's really all affirmations are in psychology. Just working your brain, moving your brain, and adjusting your brain to work for you. Okay? But that was our week ahead reading. Make sure you guys follow the Spirit Plug 555. I'll make a whole caption and all of these things, but I will be posting back on YouTube more often now. I found my camera. So you guys will get more even like blog posts about like, the tarot cards I'm using, how I'm studying my cards, because I studied tarot, I knew how to read, but I feel like you're called to decks, and I feel like every reader will tell you this, it's called to certain decks for a certain reason. So like for me, I was drawn to Avatar: The Last Airbender, so I got Avatar cards. I'm heavy on, I am the vessel, spirit is the one giving y'all these messages. I'm just tapping into what our ancestors, spirit guides, and all our good peeps gotta say. That's why I have the ancestor deck. Okay. I told y'all the story about my fairy deck. That one caught on fire because it was on my altar and somehow it caught on fire. But so getting a new fairy deck, but I'm y'all fairy, so it is what it is. But yeah, so make sure you follow the Spirit Plug 555. I am doing oracle readings. They're a little bit different than tarot readings. I'm getting really into a whole different spiritual bag here. Heavy on the third eye and crown chakra. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so utilize me with the love donations for those, because they are really it's about 12 cards that I pull, so they get pretty in depth, way deep. If you've had a tarot reading from me, and those tarot readings were already deep, way deeper. I'm getting into the specific people that are in your life, even trying to describe them for you, because your guardian angels, I'm tapping into guardian angels. Yeah, it's getting deep. Telling me the people who to look out for, who to beware of. So I think it's pretty lit. And then I think it's lit that it's coming around Valentine's Day too, because we got a couple snakes in the grass you might want to cut out. You feel me? But yes, you guys. So I'm gonna wrap this up because I do have somebody at 6:30. And yeah, I love you guys. Hopefully you guys, this is good, this is definitely going to save, but hopefully you guys can utilize what I've given you in this reading for your week ahead. And please give me reviews if this was like spot on with your like reading for the week. Like at the end of the week you're noticing like, oh my gosh, yes man, this is it's going to help me. And then you know, help other people know that I know what I be talking about. So leave me your reviews and everything like that. I'm about to get into my 6:30 readings, you know. So yeah, guys, have a wonderful, amazing rest of the week, and y'all will be seeing me post, doing what I do best, being me on camera. But yeah, guys, all right,